Mystery illness in India is neurotoxic poisoning, initial reports say.
Here's a summary of the article.
A mystery illness that killed one person and hospitalized more than 500 others, predominantly children, in the southern Indian state of Andhra Pradesh is believed to be a mass neurotoxic poisoning, according to the initial medical report. On Saturday, hundreds of terrified residents of the city of Eluru in Andhra Pradesh developed nausea, burning eyes and seizures, and a 45-year-old man died of epilepsy-type symptoms. The victims all had increased levels of highly toxic heavy metals in their bloodstream, including lead and nickel, according to a preliminary study by the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. We have tentatively identified the primary cause of this strange phenomenon, but it is not yet clear what the source is and how and why it has happened, said Katamaneni Bhaskar, a state health commissioner in Andhra Pradesh. A further 65 people were admitted to hospital in Eluru on Monday night, and all of those who have been hospitalized so far have tested negative for COVID-19, ruling out any link to the virus, according to the Health Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Alakali Elrishna Srinivas. The residents of Eluru are blaming a recent anti-mosquito campaign, which used organochlorine pesticides to kill the insect, as the substance can cause severe neurological damage in humans if accidental high-level exposure occurs. Children are particularly vulnerable to organochlorine poisoning as they absorb higher levels of heavy metals than adults, according to the World Health Organization.
This post received a score of 6,700, with an upvote ratio of 98%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
This is highly concerning IMO.
When the politicians tell you first things first to definitely not check the water supply, it's totally cool and not the case. My money's on the simpler explanation being just that it's contaminated water.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not the water, but the politicians were just worried about the water being checked because they know it's not good either way.
What if we just not investigate anything around here and call it a day? Degree.
Just nod and say we did lol tea time.
Okay, whose turn was it to babysit Union Carbide this week?
As an ex-worker for the rebranded company, this gave me a chuckle.
Could be some idiot burning trash that contains contaminants. When I lived in the country, this Hanover fist-looking moron near me would bury toxic shit in the ground even though he was paid to properly dispose of it. He'd burn plastic and tires and go to church on Sunday and forgive himself.
I assume he got in trouble after you turned him in. I called the cops on one of my idiot neighbors burning tires before and he got a huge fine. It really fucking bugs me when someone complains about someone else repeatedly doing something illegal, but they never do anything to stop it. If you have the power to stop it but don't complain about it. You're an enabler.
I called the fire department non-emergency line on my aunt's neighbor when I was house-sitting. It was windy and he was burning trash in a wheelbarrow, and smoldering paper was blowing all over the place. I would have just called the cops, but the guy is schizophrenic and refuses treatment, and I was worried there'd be a deadly altercation if he got scared and did something weird.
Greater than I was worried there'd be a deadly altercation if he got scared. Whoa. Hope you don't mind, I'm gonna take a wild guess and assume you live in the US. It's crazy to me that that's something you had to consider.
Yeah, mentally ill and developmentally disabled people fall into the category of people who cops are more likely to be afraid of and fatally shoot.
This is also a huge issue in Canada that needs fixing.
Okay, who had grateful it's only neurotoxins on your bingo card?
I did. Now all I need is alien invasion and I have a full bingo.
Didn't a whole city in India get poisoned 30 years ago? Edit, found it.
Is it not very well known in the US that Union Carbide killed at least 4,000 people in one night and poisoned 500,000 and no one ever really suffered any consequences?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.